Welcome to another edition of Sustainable Valley here in Southern Oregon. We're going to be learning about a vast array of ecological gems right here in this area.
And even though we're all going through a bit of a hard time with the economy right now, areas like this prove that the fastest growing sector of our economy is green.
I'm Andrew Mallory, veteran of Her Majesty's Military, African Photographic Safari Guide and Adventure Host.
And I'm Don McCoy, expert in green real estate trends and the new green culture. And we are on a quest.
If it's affecting our economy and is green, then you know we're going to find out all about it. After all, I am the Dean of Green.
Wait a minute, I thought I was.
No, John, it's me.
Well then fine, I'll be the Green Crusader.
Here we are again, beautiful Southern Oregon. Sunny nights weather a lot of the time, and nearly every outdoor activity is available to be enjoyed. We will be looking at some businesses who call this area home, like the research done by mycorrhizal applications, the energy produced by Biomass One, and the efforts by Southern Oregon University to not only teach green, but be green themselves. All right here on The Green Economy.
A couple of thoughts. One, it's very impressive in terms of the number of technologies that you brought together under one roof, and I think you clearly have a pathway to a very robust cornerstone of your economy down here. Beyond that, actually, it's a sustainable economy. It's basically trying to change the paradigm from an economy based on debt and consumption, if you will, to an economy that actually helps us manage our natural resources in a way that's sustainable. We desperately need that in energy. We desperately need that in the broader economy, and I think you folks are showing us the way.
Biomass One is a company with a unique mission to turn unwanted wood waste into energy. Enough energy that this one facility can handle the energy needs for 20,000 homes. That's 30 megawatts of power. Impressive!
Here we are at one more interesting business in Southern Oregon, Biomass One, a waste-to-energy plant. In fact, more importantly, a bio-waste-to-energy plant.
And these guys specialize in wood products. That means all the slash from the forest floors, all of the construction debris out of a building site. As long as it's wood, this place operates and generates an enormous amount of power.
Andrew, let's go take a look at some of the places I've spent a lot of time in, unloading wood and brush, all kinds of things through the years.
Very exciting, Don. Would you like to show me?
Yes, let's go see it together.
Don.
Don.
Andrew. Don.
Don.
Nice name.
So what's the deal here? I mean, we can see a lot of the raw product. I mean, does it just pile up and pile up?
Well, we let it pile up to a certain point, and then we have a portable tub grinder right there. And then we have an electric hog right there. Most of this will go through that electric hog. Then you have the conveyor that goes across the road. So you got the big green one there. Then you have the conveyor that goes across the road. And right there by the telephone pole, it's dumped on the ground right there, and then it's put up into the big pile across the street.
And if you can see that pile in the background, I am told by very reliable sources that that is enough fuel to keep this plant going, and it powers 25,000 homes for 6 months. Sounds like a very, very good opportunity for me to vent some of my internal rage and actually see some of this mass pummeled and shredded to pieces by that machine.
And I can see you riding a log right over the edge.
Can I have a go at it?
Well, there are some safety concerns, but let me see what I can do.
Sounds good.
Safety concerns, Andrew.
All right, so controls here. The tub in front of me, I'm just gonna pump up the power on that a little bit. See that? You can see it spitting out the end there at a hell of a rate. In fact, some of the wood's already burning because of the friction as it goes in that drum. It's kind of setting it on fire a bit, but look at the volume of this coming out. Unbelievable. Very impressive. That was about 3 tons of waste wooden debris.
So Andrew always gets to have the fun stuff, you know? There he is on his toy, the tub grinder. But this is for the Green Crusader. Let's go have a push. Look at that scoop! Man, oh man, I think I made a mess out of this pile.
Here's the hog, not to be confused with the kind of hog you put on a barbecue. Believe me. This thing, you can see it here, is depositing all of the material that is then going up this conveyor belt, over a roadway, and then into that enormous pile we saw earlier. If anything metal gets detected along here, a big whap siren goes off.
Bark, for the most part, tons and tons of it.
And the machine completely stops. But you can see some of the size of the logs coming through here are a lot bigger than I thought. And that's okay, because at the end up the ramp here, it gets dropped into another crusher, and all the bigger pieces, of course, become small again. So, here it is behind me. This is the end product that goes into the furnace to generate the power. So from here, a series of conveyor belts carries the raw material to a hopper. It drops into the hopper. As it goes through that, at the base of the hopper, there's a thing called an auger, which controls the rate with which the product falls through into the furnace, which of course then fires up the boilers, heats the water. This whole plant is about creating steam, which is where the energy is derived from. But what I want to see, Don, is a turbine. So, what you folks are looking at right now is actually a 20,000 horsepower turbine engine, one in fact of 3 you have in the plant, I believe. Yes. For those of you that are not completely familiar with how this works, the steam, and correct me where I go wrong here, Don, the steam comes out of this valve here. At the moment, this is disassembled, so obviously it's not going to function, but it comes through this. On top of this sits almost a regulator, like an, what did you call it?
Throttle.
A throttle, which regulates the amount of steam hitting the turbines. Obviously, when the steam comes out and hits these, it goes through a series of increasingly smaller gaps within the actual blades of the turbine, thus creating pressure and in turn electricity.
Well, this is horsepower. Electricity is the generator.
Oh.
This is the prime mover.
So from this point, if we were fully operational, what then happens to the steam? It leaves here.
It goes to the very end blade there. There's a condenser right there, so it's cooled and turned back into water. And then it goes back into the boiler, is turned back into steam.
Back into cold water, it just cycles around.
Cycles it around.
So what a day. We've learned how Biomass One is participating in the ecological benefit of our community. Look at the cost associated with producing electricity for you, your home, and your business. This is a green event going on here.
It's fantastic. And this can only get bigger and better. This, in my opinion, 25,000 homes, that is just the beginning.
And cutting down on the forest fire concerns by pulling the slash out of the forest, it goes on and on. It's endless, the benefits for our community.
What is this mycorrhizal you see?
Mycorrhizal, Andrew. The motto is change your world, and that's what the green movement's all about, is change your world.
Does it change your world?
Yeah, I think so. This company has figured out a way to use less water and less fertilizers to grow all kinds of plants, including your fruit trees and your vegetables.
Mycorrhizal.
Mycorrhizal.
It's got to be complicated, hasn't
Yeah.
it? It's got to be, I just can't believe for a minute that this is just a simple, let's have a look at the logo. There's some roots there, there's some greenage, applications.
Yeah.
This is serious.
Don't hurt yourself, Andrew. Don't hurt yourself. It's all right. We're going to go talk to the scientist himself, Dr. Mike, and learn more about it.
Okay.
Man, Andrew, what a beautiful building. Look at
it's
this
pretty
place.
impressive, I must admit.
Yeah.
Dr. Mike.
Welcome.
Andrew.
Don.
Welcome.
Yeah, beautiful building. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's a green building, and we tried to make the building as green as the company and our mission. So,
Well, let's go back to your roots, if you'll forgive the pun. And can you explain to us exactly what this business is all about?
what we're doing is expanding the root system of the plant. several hundred to several thousand times using naturally occurring beneficial soil organisms. It's a lot like this little white piece of root here.
See that? Yeah, look at that.
Basically an extension of the feeder root system of the plant, so the plant can get more nourishment in terms of water and nutrients out of the soil.
So how does it work then? What actually do you do?
We grow the seeds of these fungi, and we grow billions and billions of these seeds, and we put them in various mixes, and the plant roots trigger the little seeds to germinate, and they form these strings in the soil, which are really an extension of the root system. And that's what feeds the plant, are these little tiny threads in the soil. And these do occur naturally in environments. If you look like a redwood forest, these trees are 8 foot in diameter, 300 feet tall. They've never been irrigated, never been fertilized. It's this natural system which allows these plants to flourish in these tough environments.
Can you take us to show us how this is actually, how you manufacture this?
Yes.
Let's do that.
So when you look in the microscope, you'll see little tiny amber balls. And those are actually the apple on the apple tree. They're the fruity bodies. And that's actually what we grow. And those are the seeds of these threads that grow in the soil.
The little brown thing, tiny
Yeah,
little brown thing.
right. They're actually, they're pretty.
But what if you got round ones and long ones?
The long ones are actually spores inside of the root fragments. We use those as well. Yeah, so, you know, we put those near a root, they germinate like a seed germinates. They go into the root, they get their energy from the root, and then they produce this incredible cotton ball in the soil. It's that cotton ball that absorbs the moisture and the nutrients that the plant needs to feed itself. If you look in here, you'll see it looks like a cotton ball or a spider web. And you'll see some brown roots, but the roots are just nothing in comparison to this total mass of threads. There's probably 10 miles of threads in that little piece of soil. That's just a piece of dirt.
Get off of the roof. What are you doing? You're killing the flowers and stuff.
This is fine to walk on, Don.
You're gonna get stung by a honeybee.
No, I'm not.
Oh man, this is amazing. This is a true green roof. You've got solar panels and even a honeybee hive.
We did on a recycling pond, and we tried to make the building as green as the company, so it's kind of a dream come true for us.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been great.
So, Dr. Mike, you're one more example of an incredibly important business here in Southern Oregon. Why and how did you end up here?
Well, I think it was the quality of the environment. I mean, Don, we came here and it was a pristine area, and a lot of the natural ecosystems were still intact. And we actually developed a lot of the cultures that we use in our production from these natural areas that were so productive.
So there you have it, folks. Another fascinating business right here in Southern Oregon, making things happen. Another eco-gem that we found hidden away, providing jobs and providing a better life for all of us.
SOU, Southern Oregon University, has an enrollment of over 6,000 students in total. Areas of study include many scientific pursuits, business, and the arts. The main campus is located in Ashland, which is one of the most beautiful parts of Oregon. There are programs for environmental studies, which is very green, but the university itself is green with how it operates and plans for its own future.
So Southern Oregon University is absolutely committed to a sustainability program, and you're on that board, right, John?
Yeah, the university has a sustainability council. Really, we focus on ways the institution can become more sustainable, both in terms of the physical plant and the grounds, as well as transportation, the curriculum and education, food, which is a big part of it, recycling, and our energy efficiency.
What's the one heightened awareness that you have right now on sustainability on campus?
Well, last year we implemented a comprehensive recycling program that really changed, I think, the way everyone looks at their responsibility to recycle. So we created a recycling center, we created some student jobs to make sure that that we were addressing that issue. You know, our students just introduced an apiary program in their community garden. We're trying to look at small things, interesting things, in addition to bigger picture.
So the university is completely focused on reducing their carbon footprint here. So Southern Oregon University is on the map when it comes to sustainability and their whole approach to it. So here I am in the recycling center at Southern Oregon University. In fact, this is a new recycling center just opened back in September of 2011. And they do everything here. They have a goal to go carbon neutral by 2050. So let's see what they're up to here. I'm Heather and Dara. And Heather, Dara, put me to work. What do you want me to do? Let's see, we're separating.
Pull that plastic out of the cardboard.
All right. Pull it like this. Okay. Wow.
Space into the.
Oh, okay. All right. What? Whoa! What seems to be the problem, my man?
This
What
is the problem.
What is your secret?
This is a university. This is devastating to see this kind of thing.
Andrew has a secret. Just saying.
And here we have some cardboard.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Cardboard. What do I do with this foamy stuff? Oh, this goes in here. That's a commingle, right? All right.
This is trash.
That's regular trash.
Yeah, garbage.
Okay.
So.
Woo! Does that pass?
That's good.
Is that pass pretty good? Okay. All right.
Plastic will go here in the commingle.
No, I think you should give me a test.
Oh yeah.
Test.
So
And the
where does
glass
it go?
and the glass goes over here. All right. Okay.
I'm in Ashland today, joined by Dr. Greg Jones. In fact, we're in Ashland, and Greg is heavily involved in an environmental studies program here. And I have to ask you, you must have something to do with environmental or global warming.
Sure. I'm a climatologist, and our program is designed such that we bring the natural and social sciences together to help teach and train students to help understand the environment in various ways. And so I tend to focus more on kind of how the climatic environment influences both people and crops and other issues in society. And so what we try to do is we try to understand kind of what the relationships are between the local environment, its climate, and its productivity. And my research has really looked at kind of the wine puzzle, and you know the basics is that if it warms too much for what can be grown there, you either have to move somewhere else or change varieties to make a different wine style.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Southern Oregon University down here in Ashland does a fabulous program, and it's worth taking a look at for a whole variety of reasons.
Steve, it's sure good to be here with you.
Pleasure to be with you, Don. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited about what you do. Describe in a nutshell what your focus is when it comes to business and sustainability.
Sure.
5 years ago, I was able to create a program here at the SOU School of Business that is the Sustainability Leadership Certificate Program. And one of the first ideas I had was simply that environmental studies students and business students needed to be in the same room together. That really the challenges that society is calling for require business students to have more environmental studies, foundational education, and environmental studies students needed to understand more about business.
There you are. So it's a step closer towards experiential learning.
Yes, we do a lot of experiential learning, a lot of applied projects, and I created 2 new classes here at SOU. One called Sustainability Leadership, where each week we look at a different practice of sustainability and how business is integrating these practices.
Got a crack in your windshield? Call Complete Glass Service. Their technicians will repair it if it can be, replace it if it needs to be. Any make or model, plus get a free mobile estimate. Our mobile repair team will come to you and make the necessary repairs when it's convenient for you, at your home or office. Thousands of satisfied customers so far, and more added every day. Call Complete Glass Service today for the quality service you deserve. 503-632-5559.
No, I don't want to make an appointment. I need help. Please help me! Doggone it. God, I hate this. Gee whiz, why can't there be a better way?
Looking for a little customer service? Come to the MacPack, where good old local service is as important as the technology.
MacPack, Thomas.
No phone jail ever. Talk directly to an expert, your own personal Apple specialist. Everything for your Mac or iPhone. No appointments, no crowded malls. Just great selection, prices, and service. The MacPack, Portland's favorite Apple specialist.
In a previous episode of Sustainable Valley, we looked at forward-thinking companies like Ericsson Aircrane, Rogue Valley Micro Devices, Bramo Electric Vehicles, and Sky Research. These companies and others are part of a group that helps new, cutting-edge green businesses called the Sustainable Valley Technology Group. Southern Oregon is a great place to visit and a great place to do business as well.
Dennis, there's no doubt about it. You have one of the most interesting jobs on the planet right here in Southern Oregon.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for me and my family to be in Southern Oregon and also get a chance to work with sustainable companies here locally and help really drive the local economy. I mean, that's what Sustainable Valley is all about. It's an economic development initiative to help drive some of the entrepreneurs and some of the local startup companies here to more success and create jobs.
So when it comes to businesses that are green and sustainable, what exactly is it that you do that can help them?
Yeah, well, we offer a lot of the resources that early stage companies have difficulty getting to. So mainly it's connecting people, capital, and technology to help drive innovation. So we do that by finding the people, so we're really interested in mapping the resources in the region from a human perspective. So there's a lot of great people here that have an incredible experience. And what we're trying to do is just capitalize and help leverage that and get those people to help donate some of their time and energy to help some of these early stage companies.
That's right, and it's working, isn't it? I mean, you've actually got some businesses, you're helping them get off the ground, and they're starting to develop jobs and sales.
That's correct. We just started a program earlier this spring. It was a business camp, boot camp. And that was very successful. We had 5 companies go through that program. They were attached to a mentor. So there was a coach and a mentor that was from that industry. It was a 7-week program. And so the companies learned a great deal about that because they had somebody who'd been on the ground for 10, 15 years in that industry and really gave them a lot of great advice. So it doesn't get any better than that. So that's what we're trying to do, trying to figure out who in the region can be helpful in launching some of these companies.
So Dennis, you actually help businesses find money as well, right?
Correct, yeah. We've worked with the Southern Oregon Angel Conference the last 2 years in helping launch some of our companies and help them find funding. But one of the more exciting things that we're working on right now is something called the Inspiration Grant. And we've partnered with Rogue Valley Micro Devices. So between the 2 organizations, we're going to be providing about $150,000 or $175,000 worth of services. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to really grow the region from a service-based economy to more of a knowledge-based economy. So this grant will allow us to bring researchers in from outside the region to actually utilize their clean lab space for 1 year at no charge. So they're going to do that. Rogue Valley Micro Devices is we're going to partner and do the business services side of that. So we'll help them with their market research, their business plan, introduction to investors and things like that.
That's a significant contribution.
It really is, and we'd like to find other business partners in the community to do something like that. It's going to take a village, as they say, to be able to do that.